Hello and welcome along. Today on Lawfolds, we are going to be working with our combine, our case axle flow here, and we're going to be harvesting some canola. So, without further ado, let's get to it. The canola we're going to be harvesting is on field 32. So, we will get started up with this. Right. And get this hooked up and get it on the field, and then we can come back and get our carting tractor after that. Oh, we've gone too far. There we go. So, yeah, we're heading off to field 32. Trying to remember where the entrance to it is. I think it's down the side here. But we'll find out momentarily. And hopefully, with the size of this combine, we will be able to get this field done today. We are no, our entrance is not here. It must be down the side over here then. There it is. Oh. Narrow gaps. This is a fairly big combine for this farm. And we are scraping along the edge a little bit. There we go. We're off. Right, so we will just jump out. And open the gates. Which thankfully do open inward. Right, so we're going to have to destroy a little bit of crop to get the header in the right place. There's not much we can do about that. Okay, we'll drop that off there. And now we'll line up and get our header on. There we go. Unfold our harvester. Ooh. We done that? No, I don't think we've done that. There we go. Right, and now we want to reverse up and turn our harvester on. We want to be going around the field the other way. There we go. Right. And off we go. So we should very easily get this field done in this episode. We have this and we have field 32 ready to do. It is the first day of summer. I did do a couple of other fields in the live stream that were slightly out of time. So they sort of were done late spring. But we're into the summer and we're doing the harvest. We're pretty good for the harvest. We have 3 days of overcast weather in summer. And we have a full day's sun for the first day of autumn. So we should be good for weather, for harvesting, which is very un-British summer. But we are having a British winter where it's quite sunny. So yeah. No snow on Lawfolds. We do need to get some water and some feed into our cows. We especially need to get some feed into our cows. It is the time of year that they breed. So we may. I don't want to do harvesting all week, really. Although we have got a lot of harvesting to do over the summer. Over the summer days. But I want to vary it a little bit because I don't want you guys, you know, me doing the same thing all the time. So we will be doing things other than harvesting, and we'll be relying on our hired workers a little bit to do some of the harvest, I think. But we wanna do some ourselves, so we're gonna be doing that here. Let's go in cab, I think, because I really love being in cab for doing harvest. It is, yeah, I think this is one of my favourite, I've probably said this many times before, this is one of my favourite bits in game. Is doing harvest from the inside the cab. It's one of the most realistic parts of this game, I think. And I absolutely love it. We have two of our own fields ready. We got to do some baling this week as well. But we have, so fields 32 and 34 are ready to harvest now. So those two will be harvesting on this day. 26 and 33 we have crops in. 26 is soybeans, so we can harvest it with this header. 33 is sunflowers, so we'll have to harvest that with the... Whoa! I pressed the wrong button. Trying to get the map down. Right. Sorry. Field 33 is full of sunflowers, and we'll need the corn header to harvest. We could harvest it with a dedicated sunflower header, but the corn header is the one that we have because we do have a field of corn that is going to need harvesting at some point, which I might do as chaff, or I might do as a corn harvest. We do need some really for our pigs because we've only had a limited amount. We've had enough to feed our pigs so far, but we could do with having some in reserve. So we have that to do, and I don't think that is ready to harvest at the moment. So we have a lot of our own harvesting and a lot of our own stuff to do. So we're spending a little while in the combine. But we do need to make sure that our animals are tended to as well. So yeah, doing some chaff from the corn, maybe half the field as chaff, might be a good way to go, really. It will break up our episodes a little bit. And we do have, as you can see in front of us now, the last few bits of poplars to sort as well. I am half tempted to get our case going on there, so that we can get and seed that with radishes, and get because that would then give those enough time to grow and get done, and maybe even get some winter wheat or some winter barley into that field, into field 27. So we may do that. I may do that between episodes. Get the case CVX working on that field, and maybe get some radishes planted. So yeah, we have an awful lot to do on the farm. It is a very, very busy time of year. So that is our first round of the field complete. So we'll start our second round on an actual edge rather than starting halfway through one. And we'll just even things up a little bit. We won't need to do more than 2 rounds. This is quite a big header. So we can very, very easily turn the combine enough on the doing that. Reverse round. And away we go again. We are 57% full. So when we get to 80% full, I will go and get the tractor. We're going to use our JCB as always for carting, and we have the grain. We have the grain the grain container on the IT runner at the moment because, as I said in the live stream, we did do some harvests. Otherwise, we would have had some withered crops. This is going to be a nice big field of OSR, of canola. You know, we may get a full grain container off it because our grain container holds a lot. You know, we can conceivably get away with having a smaller trailer on this farm actually, and just using the IT runner for transport. But it seems to work quite well. So, and it takes 3 loads off this combine. Right, so when we get to the end of this row, I think we're going to be at 70%. So I'm going to go and get the tractor. Get us lined back up. Right, let's go find the JCB. There we go. Wow, that was quick. There was no cut there or anything. Basically, the JCB was the next tractor. Now, I've got quick camera properly set up now. Oh, this is tight. There we go. Pull it straight out and head to our field. There we go. Right, so we're going to put this on follow me, as we have been doing with tractors and harvesting recently. And it will follow our combine around the field. Right, we want to offset by 11. Oops. There we go. And away we go again. Quite happy with that. That's going nicely. So at 80%, we will. Basically, I think actually going down the next side, we will get the combine emptied. We'll get the auger out because we'll be at about 85% maybe when we get along that side. There we go. That was backed off far enough, thankfully. There we go. So yeah, this will have finished off before we hit the corner, which is quite useful. And then we'll just back off the tractor again. Oops. And then I think we will stop the tractor from following us anymore, because we don't need to, and we're about to cut into the field any moment, so that will then swiftly become unnecessary. Okay, there we go. And into the field we go. This is working really well. This is yeah, I'm really, really hoping that I can get this field out this episode. I should be able to. I don't see why not. We're not doing anything that is anything other than this, so we should be able to keep going at it. I don't think we're going to get... The issue would come if we need to tip, but I don't think we're going to need to. I think most of this field will fit in this trailer. It's a good yield, but it's not an exceptional yield. There we go. And we're making very good inroads very quickly. So yeah, might be a little longer than half an hour, but we should get the whole field out. Which would make me very happy. There we go. Go and cut into the field again a little bit further along. That was actually quite well judged. That was a nice, easy width to deal with at the end. If I can do that again, I'll be very happy. Very, very happy. About there, I think. One of the important reasons for having tram lines in the field, it gives you a great way to work out where to drive next, where to cut in. I kind of wish the care wheels did give you a little bit of crop destruction, especially in this type of crop. Because if it did, then that to me would be more realistic. Because care wheels are not, you know, completely infallible. They do some crop destruction, just not a huge. It's a lot less than regular wheels would do. And I find the destruction that the regular wheels do in the game is with the for real mod is actually fairly realistic. It's the care tires, the width that the care tires take away, well, the lack of the width that the care tires take away, that I wish would be changed. It's good actually. On a side note, it's good to hear that consoles are gonna get those mods, those for real mods that Giants did, and that they'll be integrated into the game. I think that's a huge boon for consoles. Because they are awesome mods. The tire dirt mod, the crop destruction mod, and I forget what the third one is. Oh, I think it's the terrain mod. Because it's the terrain mod. Those three are great. Especially after they toned down the terrain mod a little bit, because it was a bit mad to start with. It didn't work quite as well as it probably should have. There we go. Uh, 50% full-ish. Yeah, 50% now. We are making our way through this field quite nicely. In fact, very nicely. I'm liking the progress. So, of course, the other big news that I have to talk about this episode. I am recording this on Saturday, and of course, this won't go out till Monday. Is the official confirmation that the next pack will be a coon pack. I've gone into that way too early. I'm going to be cutting in again as soon as we get back, which is fantastic. And there was a video that Giants released of the square bale wrapper, which is fantastic. I love that we're going to get a square bale wrapper in the game, and on here and things like that. It'd be really useful. So yeah, I think that's probably a a DLC I'm going to pick up. I like the idea of a square bale wrapper. Don't really see it in the UK, although admittedly. So, not overly true to form for here, but never mind. There we go. Oh, keep on the straight. Let's not miss anything. 63%, so we should be alright cutting in on the next run. We then need to we then will need to empty after that, I would guess, because we've only emptied once so far. So we're definitely not going to fill the IT runner grain container this time, or on this field. I would be interested to see the difference that it'll make getting this all fully fertilized and set up and everything, because I think it could make a huge difference to this. I think a non-fully fertilized. I think if you fertilize it completely, although fertilizing completely with the seasons mod is a bit difficult at the moment. If you fertilize completely and plow and put radishes through, you can double or maybe even triple the yield on a field. So I find that intriguing. I think I'm going to have to spend a little time. The trouble is, I don't tend to do anything off camera. So when we have things like the poplars that need finishing off, that is something that I will look to do on camera. The thing is, of course, that it's exactly when to do it on camera. Do we do an episode of Poplars this week or next week, or do I save it for a live stream? It is one of those jobs that we could finish off in the live stream this week, I think. We are going to go on a little bit longer than 30 minutes this episode in order to finish the harvest. But we should finish it. We are well into it. We will get the tractor at the end of this row. Right, there we are. No. There we go. And back. And we'll just pull you forward. And off we go. Basically, I'll unassign it at the end, because we always tend to get lined up before we start going with it. Oh, we might get we'll get most of a trailer off here. Our fast track has 45% full. There we go. So we'll drop that. Yeah, we are not that far from the end of this field now. Not far at all. And getting all this in will do wonders. This is quite a bit. We got 22,000 litres in the JCB. And I think it can hold, and that's only half full actually. So that could hold 40,000 litres, which is is quite a lot. I'm half tempted. There's a lorry mod out there that I've got actually, or a truck mod that has the IT runner on it. There we go. We'll go in here. There would be quite a useful mod. And we could connect it up on this. There's lots of great mods out there at the moment actually. Lots of really good mods out there at the moment. We could be heading for a 40-minute episode here to get this field out. Another 8 minutes that would be. We'll see how we go. If it looks like the recording is going to be longer than 40 minutes, then I will cut it down a little bit. But in which case, the timings that I've been talking about the whole way through will no longer hold true. But you guys will know that by this point if that's the case. That was not the straightest of cuts into this. Yeah, we do not have a huge amount of field left. We should get this within our normal window. So I try and keep my episodes between sort of 25 and 35 minutes. This is going to go a little bit beyond the 35, I think. Because I'm not going to finish this whole field in a in the next minute. But I try and keep my stuff no more than 40 minutes and no less than 20. And I try and get a job done per episode, so it's a nice complete round setup. I'm quite interested in possibly doing some role play at some point, but I think that would require a small map and I'd need to come up with a bit of a storyline. So I think when the pressure's off a little bit, when the game is nicely bedded in, then we might look at doing a role play series. So I think that would be fun, and that would change things up and make it a little bit different. Come up with a character and everything. maybe I have some interesting ideas for something like that. You know, something along the lines of not everything would be in the not everything would be on camera. So it would be almost a virtual version of something like George Saunders or something like that, where we would go and do interesting bits and just and do something like that. I think would be quite cool, and not something I've particularly seen. And would people be interested in that? If we did that, that map would not be a streamed map. That would be purely a video series map, because obviously you can't stream a roleplay, not easily anyway. Right, last one. Or last cut. So next episode we're going to be doing. We'll go and work on our animals a little bit next episode. They need some water, and everything needs water. Pigs need cleaning. Cows could do with some food because their productivity is right down. So we should be able to get some grass for them. Great, that's the button I want. There we go. Nicely. It's not great. There's quite a. It's not an overly wide one we've left. I would like to have been a little more even in the cut there. Never mind. Down we go again. I also saw the manual attaching mods out as well. I'm in two minds of that because I'm still getting used to the steering wheel setup a little bit. So, yeah, I'll see how I go with that. Oh, we've switched. There we go. Right, 2 more cuts and that will be about it. And that will bring us in to about the 40-minute mark, to be honest. Yeah. So I may have to cut a couple of minutes out, but that's all right. It won't be any big cuts at all, I don't think, but just enough to bring it into under that mark. Just so that we have the whole field done. Quite nicely done and completed and finished, but I'll need to cut a couple of minutes out, and I'm sure there's a couple of minutes of my rambling. There we go. Right, last turning. We will put the auger out. No, no. No. There we go. I want to hit that. Right, so while that's doing, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time. Goodbye.